All right, welcome back to Ballhead Barbecue. It's been a minute since I made something, so I'm just going to make this real short and sweet. Today I'm going to be doing pork steaks. These are really good cuts, and I'm also going to be making some wings. All right, my lady loves a good wing, so I better do this right. So what I'm going to do for the wings first, after I get them all out of the package, I'm going to pat them dry, get them nice and dry so they can take a little bit of oil. So I can make a binder. Pat them dry. After I put the binder on, I'll give a little seasoning. I'm going to let them sit for a minute. And then I'm going to cook them real quick. Hot and fast, try to get that crispy, tender skin. Now for the pork, I'm just going to season it with some salt. I'm going to show you all my seasonings, which is going to be very, very basic seasoning, but it's really freaking tasty. So, get these patted down here real good. Dry them up. Alright, so let me bring you back after that. Let me just get this off the side. I'm going to start my pork. Now, the seasoning I'm going to be using on the pork, real simple. Kosher salt, that's the base. Doesn't have to be too much because it's just pork steak, so I'm going to get one side right here. And this salt is really good. It's a tenderizer, and it also lets your other seasonings really shine through. So a little bit of garlic. And I'll also show you later on when I start doing my sides how to do a really killer asparagus. And if anybody likes spaghetti squash, I make amazing spaghetti squash. All right, so now I'm going to be using a little bit of chili powder. Don't go overboard, just a little. And what you do to one side, you do to the other. So let me just get that little bit there. Paprika, another good one. All right, goes really good with pork. You don't do too much though, because it will really outshine. But it's good for the pork. And black pepper. I recommend trying it. You don't have to do it crazy, but I promise if you like pork steaks, you'll like this recipe here. Italian seasoning, last but not least. We'll put this on there. And it's just going to smell really good. I'm going to let this sit for a while with this seasoning, which is going to let that salt, that kosher salt, really shine through. So I'm going to flip this. And while I'm waiting on that, I'm going to keep drying these drumsticks off. Not drumsticks, but these wings off here. Like I said, my lady is a stickler when it comes to wings, so I better make them really damn good. So I'm going to take a little bit of oil. I'm going to spread them on those wings. And then I'm going to put a little bit of seasoning on the get-go and let them sit for a minute. And when I go to cook it, that oil on the wing is going to help it get a crispy skin. And then halfway through the cook, I'm going to spread out some Parmesan garlic sauce on top of it. So I'm going to bring you back once I have them all situated here. But first, let me get these little bit of seasoning on it. All right, there we go. I'll bring you back after that. So put a little bit of oil on these bad boys and we'll rock and roll. So you don't need much, just a little. Just a little bit. And they spread around real good. Okay. Now, I'm going to spread them around. I'm just going to season them up with just a light salt, pepper. Not going to do anything else. Salt and pepper on the wings just to smooth them out. Okay, here we go. Now, I burn through these gloves left and right like crazy. So, same kind of salt. gonna season them up. Here we go. You don't need a lot, just a little. I'm just doing a test run on these wings because I really don't make wings all that much. But my lady is a stickler for them. I got a little bit of salt, just a little bit of pepper. Done. So I'm gonna bring you back once I have these things started and going. So stay tuned, Bald Headed Barbecue.